Welcome back to Spoiler Free Wrestling, everyone. And on Sunday night, Asuka won the SmackDown Women's Championship in a triple threat TLC match, which also involved the former champion Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Now, Japanese media outlet Tokyo Sports has been following Asuka's career ever since she left for WWE, and they spoke with her recently about her title victory, and we've run those comments through Google Translate, and I'm going to share them with you now. But before we get to that, I do want to ask, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button to make sure you're not missing out on news or reports from Spoiler Free Wrestling. All right, so Asuka was interviewed by Tokyo Sports, and so some of these comments you'll have to sort of do your own translation of Google Translation. So basically, Asuka said, "I finally arrived," and then some words which don't make total sense with Google Translate. But she said that after she had finished the match, a lot of people welcomed her backstage and they were clapping, and Mr. McMahon came up and congratulated her, hugged her, and said he was really happy. So we have heard that Vince McMahon wasn't overly pleased with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose's match from TLC, but it sounds like he was quite thrilled with what Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch did in the main event on Sunday. So Asuka then told Tokyo Sports she didn't believe the result of the match would be any different even if Ronda Rousey had not interfered. So Asuka said to Tokyo Sports, "I think that the result has not changed even if there is no intervention by Ronda. Why did you take the belt? Because it's Asuka." So I did an estimated translation, which is also up at spoilerfreewrestling.com, as well as SEScoops.com. And the estimated translation saying basically, "I think the result would not have changed even if there would not have been interference from Ronda. Why did I take the belt? Because I'm Asuka." And so the interview would continue, and Asuka said that her next goal was to defend the title at WrestleMania. She's still got a fair ways to go before WrestleMania. There's Royal Rumble, and this year there are 2 other pay-per-views after Royal Rumble before we get to WrestleMania 35. So she's got a good chunk of time to hold on to that title before we get to WrestleMania. Now, she told Tokyo Sports, "I would like to have a title match at WrestleMania. I declared that if I had a box office in Japan," and I think that means if she just goes to Japan, has a live crowd. "I also want to show Japan University the belts to everyone in Japan." So she's basically just saying she wants to come home to Japan and show everyone the title. WrestleMania 35. "And I pledged to defend the throne to show off the belt in next year's Japanese performance." I think she's basically just saying there, "I pledged to defend the title at WrestleMania. Furthermore, I am also positive to the decisive battle with the strongest Queen Ronda that has been rumored many times so far." So basically, I think Asuka is just saying there's been a lot of rumors about me facing Ronda Rousey someday. And wouldn't that be a big pay-per-view main event, Ronda Rousey versus Asuka? And so Asuka is saying here that she would love to have that match. Or, well, she's saying, "I want to fight anything and I think it will be interesting." So that sounds like she wants to wrestle Ronda Rousey. Finally, Asuka just told Tokyo Sports that the reason she came to WWE is to raise the quality of the women's divisions. And I think it is pretty hard to argue, considering what's going on in WWE right now, that the women's divisions have been elevated. And at this very moment, the women's divisions are eclipsing the men's in terms of fan interest. All right, well, we'll keep you up to date with everything going on with SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka, as well as any further media coverage she might receive in her home country of Japan. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button to make sure you're not missing out on any news or reports from Spoiler Free Wrestling. Thanks, everyone.